Greetings, greetings. Mic check. Mic check. Press 1 if you can hear me. Mic check, please. Press 1 if you can hear me. Mic check. Mic check. Greetings, greetings. Can you hear me, anybody? Can everybody hear me? Okay, we have voltage with the 1. Awesome, wonderful. Okay, let's greet everybody who is in the room. Greetings and love, everyone, to all my supporters, all those who give positive energy, all those who appreciate the knowledge, all those who are seeking to develop themselves to higher levels. We will start off with the affirmation. And the affirmation goes as such: Anki Mayat un ms nin tet aset emayat min hapapet emayat her and hukiwi per ikut. I live from Ma'at, I exist within her. I do not speak in the place of Ma'at. Every day I advance towards Ma'at. My being is surrounded in darkness. I come forth as conscious light. Okay, now let's look through the room and let's greet everyone who is in the room with some good energy here. So first, we are going to, let me see if I can see everybody in the room. We're going to say peace and love to the ones that are actually assisting in the organization and order of the room, and those are the moderators. Those are the moderators. Anki Ma'at, Nana Aset Mer, and Saneti Amun. Thank you, and peace and blessings to the moderators who show support to me with good energy, and thus I show support to them. Welcome everyone to the Tahuti Pod class. For those who are new, I will explain what is happening here. Okay, so my name is Tahuti Amenhotep Ra. I have been teaching for several decades. I've lost track. I was teaching before there was such thing called a YouTube, before there was views and clicks and friends, and I don't even remember a Facebook back then. No, I don't think there was no Facebook. And I continue to teach because I've been teaching for so many years and so many people know of me. I have gotten several requests individually for people that wanted one-on-one classes. There was a time where I taught in the public since about 1994, 95. I taught in the public, and I used to teach anywhere from 40 to 500 people at a time live. And the classes would be very similar to this. I would stand up on stage or be in a class room environment or a room, invite people in, and people would randomly ask me several questions, random. I'd have no idea what the questions are. And I told everyone that I will do my best to answer thoroughly. So because I've accumulated so many students over the decades, people wonder where I went after the early 2000s. I kind of went into seclusion. and I just taught my inner circle and my inner family. And then a brother named Mahati, who I had met at the beach, who was a Hebrew Israelite. I started teaching him on the beach. I tested his discipline. I tested his dedication, and I continued to teach him. He was always on the internet looking at other teachers, and then he came and said, "You must get online." And then I came online. I started teaching, what was that called? Pal Talk. Back in, when was Pal Talk? Pal Talk was maybe 2016. But nobody could see my face. And then I disappeared again. Stopped teaching the public. And he said, "Come on to YouTube." And I said, "I'm not interested in clicks and views. I'm not into that." And he said, "The information should get out there." So I came onto YouTube, and I did an interview with a group at that time called the Lion's Den. We'll still call that now. And I went on for an interview, and then the interview turned into the champion there challenging me, and it turned into a set-up official debate. And I debated the champion at the time, and then beat him, and then I became the champion of that group. I was not into debating. I just came for an interview. And then they put person after person against me, asked me who I wanted, and I said, "I don't really want anybody, but give me a variety of people. I'll take a Moor, I'll take a Kemetic, whoever comes. I don't really know anybody. I'm not really interested, but whoever comes, that's fine." And I just kept beating person after person in each debate until the group got too chaotic for me, and I stepped away. And then I went to Sonnetter, actually, while I was still in the group, and they put Jabari and a brother named Zion Lex against me, and according to the audience vote, I won both of those debates. And then went on further onto the Killer Priest podcast, debated a young man named Rasul. Killer Priest and the audience gave me that win. And then I just continued on, but I started teaching, going on the Killer Priest podcast and doing more teaching than debating. Recently went back on to Sonnetter, and they gave me somebody named Vocab Malone. I don't know who these people are, but gave me somebody named Vocab Malone, and we had a debate, and according to the audience, I beat him. And so that is my journey on the internet. But I'm more of a teacher, and the reason why I win these debates is because people are, this is my actual lifestyle. I'm not into the WWF, name calling ad hominem, and I'm not into all the strange energy. I'm just into teaching Ma'at, the truth, ancient Sumerians, just whatever is archaeological truth, and also teaching immortality, spirituality. And thus that led to this, what people started asking me, can we get one-on-one classes and we'll pay you? I started doing that, the one-on-one classes. People were paying very generously, but then it became 10 people, 20 people, 30 people, 40 people wanting 1, 2 hour, 3 hour classes. And there's no way that I can do that with so many people while still trying to attend to my family. So thus I said to everyone, here's what I will do. I will open up a pod class where everybody can come in, ask questions as if you're having a one-on-one. At least you get one question or two questions or however questions you want to get in. And all I ask, as you see on the bottom, is one of the principles of reciprocity, which is every teacher does get a free will offering and assistance for the time he puts in, whether he's a teacher in a college, a high school, or however you feel the information is worth. And so I said, come to the pod class, and when you come to the pod class, you can ask questions by sending in a Cash App or PayPal into the information below. And I said that saves time. That gives everybody, there can be 200 people in here, 50 people, 40, 80, and at least people get to come in and I can do a good 2 hours, 2.5 hours, answer questions, and then get back to my personal life and my family and still keep everyone satisfied. So so therefore, what hold on a second. So therefore, one moment everybody, hold on a second please. Okay. All right. Good. We got rid of that noise. Yeah. So that is what this class is. So this is a reciprocity class. I check my emails. I check my PayPal. I check the Cash App, and when I see a question come in, you can send a Cash App. Doesn't matter for what amount. It's just to support the movement, or you can just send one to support if you want to support the time I take to do this, or the energy that I put into this. I've been doing this for several years, several decades, without receiving a dollar. I've also been hired, but most of it has been just simply getting the information out. So we are about, in this group, we are about ancestral artifacts over religious opinion. I'll say it again. Ancestral artifacts over religious opinion. Okay? So when I answer questions, I give information, facts that you can research on your own. You can go research the information on your own. So I give you dates, I give you archaeological finds, scientific research, news articles, whatever the topic is. I do my best to do that. So let me go ahead and put my this is the information there at the bottom. Welcome everybody to the Killer Priest podcast. Killer Priest. I'm so used to. Welcome everybody to the Tahuti pod class. And yes, I'll be checking my emails and I'll be answering questions. So before I do all of that though, I like to give respect to all those who entered the room and all those who are looking for knowledge. I gave a shout out and respect to my moderators. Now also on my hat is Neith. Neith is a large unicorn spider from the southern parts of what people are calling the motherland. So she is from Zimbabwe. She represents photonic entanglement and the quantum string theory as was represented in Kemet with the weaver called the Neith. It is the photonic entanglement and the connection that takes place between invisible objects. The connection itself is invisible, and this connection is actually the connection that creates the earth and the universe and everything that is around us. It is a part of the earth grid. It is a part of magnetic forces, and it is also subatomic, and you can't see it with the physical eye, but it is interweaving everything together. So thus I am always with my animals, and this particular one today is Neith. Later on I may bring out Osset, my snake from Kemet, and break her down a little bit. So she's the first, the moderators are the first, she's the second. Now we're going to get into everybody in the chat who is here. Let's give a shout out to Asiatic Soldier. Peace and love to Asiatic Soldier. Shout out to you. Peace and love to Kemetic Meter G, Hotep Master Teacher. All praises. We're going to go scroll down and look. Peace to Huti from Amun Kunatiru. Peace to you. I love that name. Who else? Oh, of course. And the loyal, dedicated Nyasha champ, who every class gives a donation or asks a question, or who's always here. She's here on the Killer Pre-Show. She's here on this show, and she has been with us from the beginning and always there supporting. Shout out to you. And of course, the young brother, well, I know he's young, but we'll call him a young brother. We're all young. The young brother voltage controller. Contact him for beats. Okay, he came on the Killer Priest show one day, played his music. We loved it. And I told Killer Priest that should be the guy for the future collaborations. His beats are fire. And he's been doing beats ever since. His beats are very unique, but yet give you the taste of what old school hip hop used to be. Okay. Let's look through the room and see who else is here. We have Big Vape. Big Vape is another regular. We have this is interesting Horizon of Zion. Horizon of Zion. Peace to you. I like the name. Very interesting name. Horizon of Zion is also here a lot. Down South God Body. I like that name. That reminds me of when I used to teach a group of brothers in Canada who ended up becoming 5%ers. They used to call each other God Body. Okay. Shout out to you. Of course, we have another consistent, J. Rue, This Thing of Mine. Okay, shout out to you, J. Rue. AI Vasquez. I see him also at the Killer Priest podcast. And here's another consistent, Deadbeat Void. Shout out to you. And Jameo X. Peace and light to you. And another consistent person, DHNJ, who has been here ever since I saw him first on the Killer Priest podcast. Literally every single time I'm there, every time I've had this one, he is there with the questions and the support. Peace to the brother who first asked me, I think his first question was something about how can I speak on I think it was Ron Ephraim group, the Asara Set Society. It started off like that, but as time went on, everything was peace and good. Everything's great. I love the questions, and he's been here ever since. And of course, the moderator, Nanny Set. And we have Master K, Hotep, Namaste. And we have we have Senetsi Amun, the moderator, who's greeting a new student, someone new in the room, Amun Ku Natiru. Jordan is screaming out to Hootie, yes. Peace, Jordan. Mean. Okay, I'm going to do a few more. Can't do everybody because there's a lot of people in here. But, of course. Of course, can't go any further without Netter the Greatest, who has a couple of names. This man here is a constant. My email is probably full of his cash apps right now. He constantly is supporting with huge donations and great questions. Sometimes I can't get to them all, and he still sends more questions. He'll send like 2 at a time. This brother is a great supporter. Thank you. And of course, one of my favorite names in the pod class, I and Self, Lord and Masterer. I like that name. That also reminds me of the 5% group that I used to teach. Okay. Buck the President. Okay, in a moment I'm going to look at the... here's a name. Oh! Here is, I think this is Kwesi, a brother that was reaching out to me in a personal message, and I told him come to class. I believe that's the same name there. Peace to you. Peace to the beautiful Unki M. Maya, who says greetings to everyone. Wonderful. Comedic Metter G. Is this Robert Reyes from the Killer Priest podcast? There's a brother who always supports and always gives me props. I thought his name was... It looks like this name from the Killer Priest podcast. Robert Reyes. I believe that's the same person. And of course, the reason why everybody knows me on the internet is because of this man right here who continuously said, please go online and teach. Go online and teach. Come to the Lions Den. Come to here. The world needs to see you. And that is, after like 5 months of that, I went online, and that's why everybody knows me. Love 1313, another great name. Okay, we're going to get into this, everybody. I'm going to go look at, oh, Vinny, of course. Vinny, another constant supporter. Vinny. A lot of new people here. You'll also notice that family that there is no negative energy here. Shout out to Jehuti Ron Netzer. I love that name. Jehuti Ron Nefer. A lot of people say Tehuti as Jehuti, so I understand where this person is coming from. And I love the name. 3 powerful words together. Tehuti or Jehuti. Ra and Netter. Shout out to you. And respect. And we have this brother's been trying to get me to work some things out with him. Shout out to the Argument League. Of course, I'm majorly busy, so it's tough to where's Andrea? Did I just see Andrea? Yes. Andrea Wasson, one of the most loyal, dedicated supporters, question askers. She is beautiful, awesome supporter. Too many people, a lot of people, not too many. A lot of people here say, of course, F you, Bill Gates. F you, Bill Gates. And yeah, it was my first time watching KP. That was my introduction to the whole scene. Nice, okay. Oh, Nick Reed. Another consistent. Nick Reed. Bird in Flight. There's too many. There's a lot of people here. I can't go through everybody, but let me check my emails and let me put... let's get into it, guys. Let's on the screen, that is the PayPal information and the Cash App. And here is one of my AI moderators. And she says she's pointing up, support with Cash App to TT Amoon. Just send questions in. It doesn't matter the amount. There is a question. I need to know if Steve is here. Is Brother Steve here? I'm going to go check my emails right now because there's a question from Steve from last time, and he sent a lot of support, and I was not able to get to his question. I'm going to see if he comes in. Okay, so already right off the bat, we have some Cash Apps here that I'm going to give shout outs to. Of course, the beautiful brother here. And then I'm going to give an announcement of what's happening tomorrow. I'm going to give an announcement of tomorrow. So, sorry. Let me go ahead and do this. Netter already. The first. He's always... Netter is a great supporter. Thank you, Netter. Shout out to Netter. Let me, what's the date today? This is the 18th. I'm going to do a couple of these, and I'm going to give an announcement, and then I'm going to get into some of the questions. Now, the first donation actually was just support from a brother. The brother who's constantly supporting. So, February, let's go 18th. Pod class, and let me go ahead and put him in here as number one, boom. And then I'm gonna get back to the room, and I'm going to scroll down, look for him. Wow, there's so many. There's so many, guys. We're gonna have a good one today. A brother sent me in a super Cash App about Buddha and Ptah. I'm definitely going to get into that. His name is Steve. He sent a huge donation support for that question. The last class I didn't see him in, but I may go ahead and just answer it. What's the, sorry everybody, pod class? February, right? February. Okay, one moment, everybody. A little bit of patience. I don't see February 18th. Interesting. February 18th. Okay, here we go. All right, so this is what I do, everybody. When you send your when you send your support, I show it on the screen. I show it on the screen unless you don't want your Cash App name to be on the screen. Just put a little note for that. I do the same with PayPal, but I'm showing on the screen, and then I give you a shout out because I want reciprocity to go both ways. So Netter Unk Hotep L, who's also Netter the Greatest, says, just for thanks, love to you and your family. Thank you. Love to you and your family. Peace. Okay, thank you. I'll go through a couple more, and then we're going to get to the announcement and get to the knowledge. That is what everybody's here for, the knowledge. Okay, those were asking about the book. Thank you. One of the moderators just told me. Okay, let me see, 2. And let me give a shout out to, of course, these two are always the first. It's always Netter L and this beautiful young lady right here always. Peace, Brother Tuti. My question is in the chat. We have a question in the chat. I have to always moderator search for her question, and I'll get to that. It's a little hard for me to look at the chat at the same time and scroll up, but you can also type the question in again. Is this spring water? I have to get some water, everybody. I have to hydrate myself. I actually come to the class directly after a workout. I literally work out, wash, and jump in front of the computer screen. So gotta stay hydrated. Shout out to you, Nasha Champ. Let me scroll down and see. Oh, Stephen is here. Okay, beautiful. Stephen is here. I think I see her. Okay, beautiful. And all female goddesses aspect. Okay, let me do this. So everybody, here is let me give an update to everyone. I will give an update to everyone. So this is tomorrow, everyone. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna have some education, and I'm gonna have to dismantle another person who's challenged me. I'm just trying to teach, and I keep getting challenged. So here is what's happening tomorrow. Let me share the screen. Everybody show up and support tomorrow. This is what's happening. So tomorrow at 4 p.m. my time. I'm Pacific time. So just calculate whatever 4 p.m. Pacific time is to you, and that is when we are going to start a debate conversation. Not sure how exactly it's going to be set up, because he said he just wanted a conversation and a debate in a conversation form, that's kind of the worst thing to do with me, to have a conversation debate. But hopefully everybody will learn from this. This will be on Sonetter tomorrow, and it's JJ7000, who calls himself, and I reiterate, he calls himself the People's Champ. Takes on Tahuti, and over there on the Sonetter TV, they call me the Kemetic Philosopher. I don't know where these names are coming from, but that is what they call me over there. This is 7 p.m. Eastern, Saturday, tomorrow, Saturday 19th, 2022. I want everybody to look at the topic closely, because this is the topic that's actually going to bring the downfall to the poor brother who's challenged me. And the topic is, was the Septuagint put together by the Ptolemies or the Hebrews? Was the Septuagint put together by the Ptolemies or the Hebrews? We have people in the comments on the Facebook saying this is going to be an easy win for you, brother. All type of it is going to be easy, because the reason why it's going to be easy is because you're debating facts. So I only debate factual topics. You're going to notice, for those new people that watch, that in the debate I will not be adding my conjecture, things like that. I'm going to be showing archaeological finds. I'm going to be showing things that are in museums and dates and things that are factual, while more than likely the brother JJ7000 is going to be screaming, yelling, and will have to be cut off, because in most cases he can't control himself. I hope he can for this one. This is going to be tough. This is going to be a tough one, and we'll see. So that is the announcement right there. Again, JJ7000, who calls himself the People's Champ, takes on Tahuti, the Kemetic philosopher. I was doing a show on Sonetter teaching, and JJ came on and challenged me at first to a topic that really was Reggie's, and challenged me on it. So this is the topic, and that is going to be tomorrow. Everybody enjoy, watch, and get your notes out and take notes, because I'm going to be dropping information that I've actually never dropped before in a class environment. So I'm going to stop screen sharing that, and let's get into it. Okay. Yeah, emotional debate. Yep. But this is what must be done for the purpose of education. I do not debate to debate. I don't really debate to debate the person I'm debating. I know that sounds like a tongue twister, but I'm not debating to convert JJ or to convert Jabari or to convert Unquest or any of the people, Commission, Judah Nazareth, any of the people that I've debated. I'm not debating for them. People keep asking me, they say, yo, you're on such a high level of knowledge. Why stoop down and debate somebody like JJ? Why debate somebody like Rasul? And I'm like, because there's literally thousands of people that need to learn on the subject matter. It's not about the person I'm debating. It's about how I project information that can be received by a young 13-year-old or an 80-year-old who's on the fence of coming towards Hebrew or Kemet or Mason or Muslim, and they're on the fence. They're trying to research. They hear a debate and they're like, wow, I never knew that, and that helps them make their decision, and that decision can become life-changing. That's why I do it. Okay. All right. Well, somebody just came in the room I want to give a shout out to. Oh, yes. Jody. Is that her? There she is. Jody. Shout out to Jody. Shout out and respect to you and Kemetic Menergy. Or sorry, Kemet. Oh, shout out to Kemet 101. Tahuti never curses or gets emotional. Yeah, I can't see. My emotions are only moved by the people I personally love. People that are in my life that I actually care about. Their decisions around me could actually affect my life, but I would never get emotional over like a historical fact of people that have already passed away. I'm arguing to defend the people who have passed, and I'm not going to get emotional over somebody saying Ramses had 10 wives, and I'm like, no, he actually had like 100 or 60 or whatever the number I give. Then I give the information on it. I'm not going to get emotional about Ramses. But these people get so emotional. So emotional. It's really strange. Like the archaeology is there. So let's get into it, everybody. Let's get into it. And Naisha Champ says he doesn't know what he's in for. The funny thing is that he actually does. It's so sad. He's actually the owner of that group that I was the champion for. I was a champion of a group called the Lions Den, and he's actually the owner of that group. He's seen me beat person after person after person in non-biased judged debates, and the judges were always people. We always made sure, or he always made sure the judges were people of all different faiths. And he saw me. I don't know, he wants to jump in. So be it. I hope as long as the people watching learn. And peace to you, JJ. Do your best. And to me, the outcome will be the same as the rest. Ma'at will prevail. Let us get into the questions now. Okay, yes, and I got I saw it in the room too. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Nasha said R.I.P. to the brother. Oh my goodness. Oh man. Oh wow. Everybody show up for that. It's gonna be great. Let me put the banners up. Let me get everything ready. Yeah, I'm gonna ask today, of all those who sent in super chat, cash apps, who would like to jump on this screen and ask the question live? I will actually give you the link, and you can jump on the screen and ask the question. You've sent your I'm trying to get this interactive. This is our church. This is our gathering, and it'd be good to see some people. I will allow you to come on the screen and say, peace everyone, my name is such and such. Here's what I feel about the pod class, and here's the question I asked. And then we get to see you actually ask it. If you want to do that, let me know in the chat. Let the moderators know. Do not be shy, and I will actually put you up on this screen to ask your question. Okay. All right, so let's get into it. It's been 40. There's so much going on here. Let's get into it. Oh yes, the good brother here. That's a good brother right here. Okay. So I'm gonna get into the first shout out to Steve, who sent his. He actually sent his cash app. The one before. So this one was first. It was Netter L, and then it was Naisha Champ. But right before that, at the end of the last class, he sent it in. I didn't have time to answer it. Okay. Okay. Steve, are you here, Steve? Let me do this, everyone. Okay, hold on. Okay, someone said, Tahuti, open your live. Tuti, open your live chat with your moderators for tomorrow, so it can benefit your channel. I'm not sure what that means. Open my live chat for my moderators for tomorrow, so it can benefit the channel. But I'll look into that. A person will probably clarify what that actually means. And I appreciate that, because I appreciate the intention, even though I'm not sure what that actually means at the moment. So let's let me. So much going on. Okay. Interesting. Okay, Steve, if you're here, press 1. Steve, if you are here, press 1. Steve, if you're here, press 1. Okay, everyone, one moment, please. I'm going to step away for just a quick second. Aurora Borealis. Aurora Borealis. Say peace, Aurora Borealis. Oh, of course. The other dedicated. So many people in here. Mandarin, Aurora Borealis. Everybody's in here. Okay, good. One moment. I will be back in just a moment, everyone. Hold on. I'll be right back. Just a moment. Let me Okay, everyone. And Steve, whenever you come in, just press 1. Peace, everybody. We're gonna get into let's get into some things here. One moment. Let's boom. And you said she'd text the question. Okay. Oh, thank you, moderator Sanitsi Moon. Appreciate it. I have Naisha's question here. Okay. One moment. Let me pull up some things until Steve gets back, and we'll get into it. Okay, everybody. Oh, I see. Let's get into it. This is a beautiful question. And Naisha Champ, do you have my book, Stepping Out of the Matrix? Ancestral. Do you have my book, Stepping Out of the Matrix? I think she does. Okay. Okay, one moment, everybody. A little bit of patience. I want to I want to see something, and I'm going to read the question out here. Okay. The question is the question is, I'm reading in front of me here. It says, Naisha Champ question. Can you go into light relationship with DNA? And anything you may know about light that sparks a beginning as a fetus? Okay, beautiful question. Beautiful question. So first off, let me classes. My computer is doing strange things. Let me see. Okay, classes. Here we go. So first off, I like to show this. Let me go ahead and show this, and then we'll get into this. Oh, Mandarin's thing is still on the screen. Okay. I'd like to say that the original word for the spirit consciousness on this planet that has been researched and found for spirit consciousness is the word Aku. I'm actually going to show it on the screen, and we're going to get into a little bit about Aku and the DNA. So let me go ahead and show this on the screen here. Screen share. Okay. Here we go. One moment. Where did it go? Okay, here we go. Okay. So everybody can look at the screen here and see there is an article that came out, which I broke down on different classes. And this is the oldest aspect of ivory bone writing that's been found in Kemet, going back between 3400 BC and 3200 BC. And it was Denise Chamant, a professor at the University of Texas in Austin, who did study and research, and Geir Drunter, who discovered these in the Scorpion 1 tomb. When you look at the images, you see this image right here, and this is a bird. It's not just any bird, it's actually called the Aku, and it is the bird of Tahuti. It's also one of the ways you write Tahuti's name with this bird. The little circle that you see in front of the bird, in actuality, is a sun, or represents light. The bird actually represents to dig. It's called a cam bird, which means to dig, as in digging for information, digging for the root of the matter, digging for truth, which is why people started associating knowledge with digging. It came from this bird here because it used to dig in the ground to find its prey with this huge beak. Thus, it became associated with Tahuti, and the beak also became associated with intellect and knowledge because of its points representing a finger. A finger which was called, in recent modern times, a dick, D-I-C. This is where you get the concept of a penis being called a dick. It actually came from dick as in dictation, as in having the intellect to teach. And this is where you get the word dictionary from, which is the book of words. In order to speak and correlate words properly, you have to have intellect and intelligence. So thus it was called the dictionary, and the dictators, and everything was represented by a finger pointed outwards, which was Tahuti's beak. Intellect through light. Okay. Let me go ahead and stop screen sharing there and see if I can do this. I'm going to go ahead and go back to the screen share. Okay, back to the screen share. If everybody can see the screen, I hope. And I'll go over here. And we'll analyze and look at it closely and see how it associates with light consciousness. Okay, so the oldest known spiritual book on the planet is the Per Haru, which means coming forth by light. The word Heru is a word that means light, which is also translated to as day. It was the fact that when the physical body, before there is a physical body, there is what's called a Ka. Ka also from Aku, which is a light body, your etheric double, your bioenergetic template. And this Ka comes into the physical body, and then it becomes a Kat. It has the letter T in front of it, or a bread in front of it, because now it is being birthed, but it's also dying. As soon as the spiritual light body comes into the physical body, it begins to experience death. And thus the Ka becomes a Kat, and now you're in a dying body that only has a certain amount of time to live, to gather information before your Ka and your Ba can be released again. So in the Per Haru, which is the Book of Ani, in 1250 BC, we see the same symbol over here in 1250 BC as we see in 3400 BC, and that is the Tahuti bird. And we find it in the Book of the Dead under Ku, and that's what it looks like right there, which is this symbol here, the bird, and the actually the placenta. The placenta, which is the nutrients from where life comes from. Sometimes if you see a circle, it represents a sun. If you see a circle with lines in it, it represents the placenta, which is giving power again to the woman to give birth to you. So this word Ku is good spirits. Good spirits. Interestingly enough, it is also the word for glorified soul. Ku, which is this light energy. Call this glorified soul. Let me see. When we get into the Per Haru on page 105, we see that same Ka, Ku, which is light energy. And we see there it means light. And then over here, we see it gets translated as enchantments, which is a form of a magic. Enchantments is just the ability to speak or to say verbal sound waves, which can actually turn into physical matter. So my mouth being provided with enchantment. So the word Ku is also verbal enchantment. It is light. And interestingly enough, it's also over here on page 113 as intelligence. And here's how it ties into DNA, and here's how it ties into the light that is actually within your DNA, seen by Kirlian photography, which I've broken down on several occasions, which is was discovered in 1940, which is the oscillations of 100,000 to 200,000 oscillations per second, showing forth as light that permeates in and outside the physical body. That is also the light that gives you intelligence, which is why the word ku is light, and it's also intelligence. One of the reasons why in cartoons and in movies, when somebody has a thought, they have a light bulb over their head. And also they're called brilliance, which is from the word bright. Because brilliance and bright and light is associated with the intelligence of a person that gives them their intellect. So you're the manifestation of light consciousness, and that's why on page 115 of the Param Haru, it says, I am an intelligence. You are Nuk Ku. You actually are light manifested in the physical form. He becometh as an intelligence. So you are the light, and you can become light in the afterlife. And that is what's written about in the Param Haru. Now, let me see. I will, well, same thing here. Okay, I'm going to pause there for a moment, and I'm going to get back to the room, and I'm going to also show that, and I want to show this as I say it, because I just want to say things. But now, here's how it ties into the fetus. So the Nasha Cham asked about the beginning of life as a fetus. And let me do this. So what people call the third eye. People call two things the third eye. They can actually both serve as the third eye. They pick a physical gland, and some say it's the pituitary gland, some say it is the pineal gland. Okay, the pineal gland actually forms around the 49th week of pregnancy. Interestingly enough, that is the exact same time when Buddhists say that the reincarnated body comes back into the fetus or the embryo, the baby inside the womb. Interestingly enough, also, this is when you become a gender. When circulatory luteinous corpus, when it produces circulatory luteinous corpus, which actually gives you the ability to be either a male or a female, and that is when you get your sex and your identity through that light spark that takes place at the 49th week, and also at the time when some people actually, according to the Buddhists, reincarnate on that sacred number 7. Then you become a gender. Let me see something here. And so once you become that manifestation of light consciousness and you become a gender, then you continue on with your life as an actual identity. So before the gender, you have no physical identity. Once you become a male or a female, you start your identity and you start your life based on that. I'm going to see if I can find something here. So here's how the light ties in. I'm gonna go there. So much information on this topic. Let me see. Let me just go like this. Boom. See what comes up here. I have so much information to give you guys. I have to. I have to decide in the sequential order, and I'm actually pulling up my here we go. I'm pulling up my books that I haven't released yet live while I'm actually being asked the questions. I have no idea that Naisha Champ was going to ask me this, and I have to live pull up information as I'm going from me though, from things that I've actually taught. So let me see if let me go here and we're going to get into how the Cometians use light for sound healing. And let me see something here. Swirl, Fibonacci. Okay, so wow, there's so much here. Okay, let me see if I'm still screen sharing. Okay, so you understand that light and sound actually work together through oscillations. And bear with me, everybody. I'm actually trying to find the exact study that was done, so I can show that up on the screen. Mind. So the study was done. I don't know if anybody's heard of Hearts Math Institute. Has anybody heard of Hearts Math Institute or some of the studies that was done in there? Okay, let me see. Oh, there's so much, man. There's so much. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and go to show that the Kemetic people along the Nile had full understanding of the light consciousness and how it ties into the DNA through the brain. And let me I'm gonna actually pull up one of my books here. My books are available, and I'm gonna actually pull one up to show you all something. Here we go. Boom, boom. Okay. Interesting. I wonder what's doing that. Here we go. Okay, so if Naisha Champ has my book, Stepping Out the Matrix, that is great. I'm going to actually refer to the connection in there. And also for those who don't have it, I'll show you some things in there, and then you guys can get it. And one moment, let me pull it up. Okay, Stepping Out of the Matrix. Okay, so here is one of the studies that were done, and I'll go ahead and pull up the screen. It's on page 39 of my book, Stepping Out of the Matrix, where they use light energy to actually affect physical matter, and they use the saliva. And I'm going to go ahead and show the screen and show, we'll go over that, and then I'm going to go over the Hearts Math Institute. Okay, there's so much. Okay, where are we here? Boom, no, not that. Not that. And I just had it open. Very interesting. Very. Here it is. Okay, so on page 39 of my book, Stepping Out of the Matrix, I quote one of Gandhi's sayings, which is, "Be the change that you want to see in the world." And we will look at how this saying by Gandhi is very applicable in our reality. So the United States military under the Intelligence and Security Command partook in a very interesting experiment where very few people knew about. They took saliva leukocytes from volunteers and placed the saliva in a separate room from the participant. The volunteer was placed in a room where he was shown for several emotionally effective videos, such as sexuality, violence, film, would have a strong effect on the human psychological mind. As the volunteer was watching these videos, the most amazing thing transpired. The DNA in the other room was responding in real time based on the emotional peaks of the volunteer. What exactly does this mean? This means that by mere thought, a physical object was affected in real time in a separate location. One experiment, the volunteer was in Los Angeles. The saliva was in Phoenix, Arizona. And regardless of the time between, this is what I talked about, photonic entanglement, regardless of the time between, based on the person's thoughts, the physical matter changed. What did the Kemetians, how did the Kemetians acknowledge thought? So we look at this image right here. This is a popular image of how neurons are in the brain. They're actually sparks of light that take place in the brain. These sparks of light are actually connected to the Ka, and this is why originally when somebody was born, we'll look at the word conceived. So if I ask everybody in the room, what does the word conceive mean? And I'll just ask everybody in the room, and I'll come see if I can look in the room. I don't know if I can look at it while I'm screen sharing, but I'll look in the room and see, what does the word conceive mean, everybody? You can type it in the room. What does conceive mean? Conceive, like the baby, because this is what Nyasha Champ was asking, and we're going to tie in, how does light connect with the fetus? But conceive means what? Like when they say a woman conceived a baby. All right. Okay. To be born. There we go. To be born. Bring forth. Yes. So when we think of conception and conceiving, we always think about a baby coming into the world. When in actuality, a concept is mental. If somebody says, I have a new concept, a concept actually starts out on the mental plane before it becomes physical matter. So the original concept of conceiving something was, in actuality, what took place in the mind and the neurological changes of light. Then the light bulb, or the SMA area, which is the area of readiness potential, sparks. And let me go to that and show you that the conception is based on readiness potential before the baby is born, before the thought even is to have sex. I'll tell you about one of my sons after, but that is the readiness potential. And I'm going to go scroll here, and we're going to go to we're going to go and see if we can find the section of okay, so good. Here we go. So this is why cartoons, when someone has a singular thought, you see a light bulb, which represents a spark in the mass of darkness and balance. This area of the brain, where mere thought enters the physical realm, because it starts off as light first, then it enters into what's called the physical realm, is called SMA. The area of the brain where synaptic activity precedes muscular movement. So there's synaptic activity that takes place, then there's muscular movement by nearly a full second. This activity is called readiness potential. What this means is that what we call thought exists first as darkness, then becomes light. Once the brain connects with that realm of darkness, that we call, or people call, the Akasha, your mind takes connection to the thought within this realm and makes a reality with the physical plane of existence. So let me close this out. So this is in a book. I'll show the cover of the book here. This is in my book right here. Whoop, let me shrink it down. Stepping Out of the Matrix, which if you want to know how to get this PDF book, simply send me a message through Facebook, or you can email me at mysticaltelevision@gmail.com. The moderators can put that in the room, and you can get this book here. So now back to the neurons and the lights. This is how conception actually takes place. And when the neurons touch, the lights actually combine with the other neurons and actually seal the two neurons together, which creates a connective thought or a link. Once these connective thoughts or these links are generating the same light frequency, they become a bandwidth, and that's how you get a wavelength of a brain wave, like an alpha wave, a delta, a theta wavelength. Starts off as little sparks of light in the neurons. Let's look how intelligent and awesome the Cometians are. And here's the SMA area of the brain where that takes place. And let's look at what the Cometians call brain. Now, if you look at what the Cometians call brain, this is what the Cometians call brain is, let me go back. Because remember, to conceive, right? So here it is. It's called utet. Utet. So the Cometians literally called the cerebrum, the brain, the utet, which was to echo something, send something echoed out. And here you can see the Fibonacci swirl sequence, which I broke down in many classes, why the Cometians were seen with this swirl, which actually equal the number 100, and also is the Fibonacci swirl, which is the mathematical code the Comet was actually built from, the Fibonacci sequence. But the word for brain is utet. And when we look at utet, we see it means to shoot out fire. So ut or utet, which is a word for the brain, also means to shoot out light, because the Cometians understood that the neural process in the brain dealt with light energy, and you shoot out light consciousness, and that light consciousness can affect other people, and then you can conceive in the mental plane and in light, and then that concept becomes physical matter. That conception or that concept, light, becomes a child or becomes a fetus when the ka becomes a kat. My particular son, one of my sons, told me that he watched me and my mate at the time while we were being intimate, and right when I ejaculated, he decided to come down, and he said he saw us, he chose his parents, and he came down, which shows that the consciousness of a being does not start when you're born in that conception. It actually starts in the mental conception in the realm of the ka and the ba, and then can come down to physical reality. And that's what we are. We are light energies and light beings. The light is so powerful that they actually do studies. Let me get to the screen. They actually do, there's actually a study done where they study Kirlian photography, the light energy, and they find that the light that's inside of your DNA can actually tell you the sickness and the disease that you're going to have 6 months before you get the disease. Okay, so I'll say that again. And I have the video on that in the university that's doing that. They're studying Kirlian photography, the light that is enmeshed within your DNA. And within that light, the light shows the disease that you're going to get all the way up until 6 months. So the light conscious energy that's in you knows your future. It knows what's going to happen to you based on what's happening in your body. And the light, because it is a transmitter of knowledge, information is photonic light, you have the ability to see a sickness that's going to come into you before it happens, because that light energy is inside your DNA, and light has no time limitations. So they're doing this study. They've done this study since the 80s. I have this video since the 80s where they're studying the light within the DNA. They also did a study with the Hearts Math Institute. I'll just go ahead and say it. The Hearts Math Institute, where they put DNA, peach trees of DNA in front of subjects, and they put 3 of them, and the subjects were able to make, with their light mind consciousness, make the DNA unwind to the left, unwind to the right, and the one in the middle was actually able to stay still. So they could actually focus on the DNAs that they wanted to unspin and unwind, while leaving the DNA in the middle one untouched, which proves that your mind, your light consciousness, the Aku, actually controls DNA. Thus, you can change the shape of your body. You can change your physical. People always ask, why do people get goosebumps? So you can tell a story to somebody, and 3 people can be in there, and only 1 person gets goosebumps, but it's the same story. But it's a physical thing that's happening on your skin, where you're actually causing physical bumps to rise past the peripheral and go past your regular smoothness of your skin. Just by your thought, you can actually create bumps to rise. there's no limitation to the thought and the light energy and what it can conceive. But to answer the question just a little bit, to answer the question again, the fetus actually comes into its gender consciousness around 7 weeks when circulatory luteus corpus turns all the female parts into male parts. First, a child is genderless, and then you become a gender when that light sparks, and it's the same time that the pineal gland is formed, and it's the exact same time the Buddhist monks say on the 7th week is when the reincarnated child or being comes into the womb. And you can control things with this light energy, including the shape of your physical body, and something more relatable, you can control your thoughts, you can control your fears. Everything that's taking place in the body, as far as your fears, your limbic system, and the nupenephrine that's affecting the limbic system, which puts you in a fight or flight mechanism mode, which causes you to be fearful. It's all taking place in the light consciousness, in the SMA area of the brain, and readiness potential before physical matter takes place. And you're the one that makes yourself afraid. So when you're afraid, you start to sweat. If you can find the light consciousness that controls the sweat without being afraid, you can cause your body to produce water whenever you want to. You can cause bumps to pop up on your skin whenever you want to. We're usually forced. We hear a cold story and our body gets cold. I got the chills when I hear that story. I feel kind of chilly. I got goosebumps. That means you can control your temperature with your mind, your DNA, which is what the Nitiror described as doing in the papyruses. I'm going to let it stay right there. I want to get into some more things, but I think that's a little bit for you to feed on. Naisha Champ, peace and blessings. Thank you for the question, and let us move on. I have much more, but I got to share the pod class questions. One moment, please, everyone. Let me get back into the room. They're waiting, and let me get to see the questions here. Is Steve back in the room yet? Naisha Champ put fire. And she says he more than answered my question. Hey, thank you. You know what? I'm glad you appreciate it. This knowledge I've had stored for years, and I've just been teaching my circle, and I feel the world needs to know about these things without the drama and the chaos. Just straight information. So, Steve, are you here yet? I'm looking for Steve. Steve, are you here yet? Until then, let me go back to the questions in the questions in the Cash Apps, and And wow. Okay. Several have come in. Okay. So shout out to, okay, this is good. So somebody sent this and they just sent support, and it's Hika Kepara, and they've asked me to not show the Cash App name, which is respectable. I can honor that. So I want to still give you a shout out, and I'm editing it so that the Cash App name is not visible. No problem. But I still want to give you. Give you a reciprocal shout out, and I believe this is shout out to Heka Kepura. Okay, shout out to you, Heka Kepura, and I can seal the name above. Shout out to you, Heka Kepura. Thank you for the support. Appreciate that. Let me go straight down the list. I've gotten a lot of come in. I like this. People are putting in there that you're smart. Thank you, please, everybody. You're putting in your name in the chat in the Cash Apps. That is wonderful because I know who's who. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put the show the name that everybody sees in the room, and we're gonna put this as 4. Shout out to you. Oh, the person with one of my favorite names. Let's see here. Let me get into the room. This is Third Eye, Self Lord and Masterer. Let me see if this is you. And boom! Shout out for the support. 2555. Third Eye, Self Lord and Masterer in the chat. I like that name. Something about that name. I like that name. Shout out to you and respect, and thank you for the support. Not even a question, just a support. I respect that. Thank you. Let me go through. Moderators, if you see Steve in the room, let me know. Let me know if he's in the room. Okay, we have who is this? Oh, we have oh, is this Comedic Menergy? Comedic Menergy. Let me go ahead and put this in. Shout out to Comedic Menergy. And let me go ahead and save this if you're still in the room. Shout out to Comedic Menergy. And Comedic Menergy says, what does Comedic Menergy say? Comedic, oh, sorry, we have a comment covering the question or the thought or, okay. Okay, it says helium-3 with an exclamation mark. Its origin, who did the research, institute or entity name. Comedic Menergy, is this the helium-3 that I was discussing in the comets and meteorite hitting the planet? I believe I mentioned that one of the elements that were found was helium-3. I have to go back to that to see if you're asking who did the research in that particular study when they were studying the black mat lines. I will go see. I'll pull it up. For those who don't know, so shout out to you, Carlos. I'll pull that up, and me and you talk off of here anyways, but I will see who that was. So this is a class I did on, let me get this off the screen. It's huge. Okay. I did a class on the black mat line that covers the planet and is a result of what caused the cause of the younger Dryas period. Because somebody asked me about underground. Well, no, they asked me about access changes, and I started talking about the meteorites that hit the planet and wiped out several hundreds of species of animals, and one of the things they found inside the black mat line was helium-3, which they said was a substance that came from off of the planet Earth as opposed to regular helium, which is on the planet Earth. And the brother's asking me, I think, for the the research team that studied that. I will locate that for you and pull that up. Thank you for that, Brother Carlos, Brother Los, Brother Comedic Metter G. Let me see if he's even in the room. And that's okay. He talks to me outside of here anyways. So let me let me go ahead and see if I can quickly pull that last class up and see if I have it on hand. And if not, then I will get back to the brother. One moment, please. Because I believe that is what he is asking about. Let me see. It'd be under great. Great. And under. Is it this? One moment, everyone. I'm trying to. Oh, no, that's underground churches, sir. That's not it. Gobekli Tepe. Oh, let's see. I teach so many classes. It is. Okay, let me brainstorm. What file? Okay. Kata. See if I have it under Kata files. Kata files. I think I have it. No, that's not it. Okay, there must be this. Netter Kata. 7,000 year. Nope. Bear with me, everybody. I just want to find this class that I did when the brother was there, and see if it's there. If not, I like to answer people's questions by giving them the exact information. So let me. What would it? Cataclysm. Younger Dryas. Let me see if I have it under younger. Some of these classes. Younger Dryas. This is. Okay. Underground. That's one last thing, and then I have to look for it afterwards. Okay, give me a moment on that. Comedic Metter G for I'm trying to. trying to find that, but I don't want the class to go stagnant. So give me a moment on that, my brother. I will look it up while I'm in the midst. Okay. I will look up that class while I'm in the midst of doing these other ones. But don't worry, I got you, my brother. You know, I'm always gonna get to you to find that. Okay. Okay. Unky M Maya put greetings, third eye. You can send an email to Mystical Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. It was at the end of January class. January 22nd. Yes, it was. Okay, let me do this. Let me keep the class flowing. Don't worry, I got you, my brother. I just want to keep it flowing. We have purchase of the book Melanin Dark Consciousness. I would love and interested in. Oh, okay. We have somebody that sent a request. Is this a Cash App though? Oh, this is just an email from Philip Grant. Thank you, my brother. I'm going to go ahead and get that out to you right now. We have somebody trying to get the book, so let me go ahead and put student. I'm going to send you the information right now. Shout out to Philip. Shout out to Philip Grant. And let me see if I can get this out to you. Here we go. Philip Grant, if you're in the room, look out. Look out at your email. Come on. 1 second, Philip. Look out at your email, and I will get this out to you right now. Philip Grant. There you go. And send it. There you go, Philip Grant. Check your email, and you have the information for the books. Who else we have here? Ammon Ra McCarthy. Ammon Ra. Is that Brother Myro? Ammon. Okay. Is Myro Perry? Oh.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, I see him. He's coming up. Shout out to Ammon Ra McCarthy. Peace to you, who sent a support of $5. Shout out to you, Ammon Ra McCarthy. Let me put that in the room. Okay, what's going on here? Okay, here we go. Ammon Ra McCarthy. Thank you for the support, brother. And show that up in the room here. Shout out to you, Ammon Ra McCarthy. Has Steve popped up in the room yet? Shout out to Ammon Ra McCarthy. Payment. Okay, thank you, Ammon Ra McCarthy. Shout out to you, and respect to you. Okay. Let me go through so I can get to everybody. I want to get everybody through because they're coming in. They're coming in as I'm talking. Okay, this is okay. Let me see. I think I see an interesting one. Okay. Let me do something, everybody. One moment. Okay, so we have this is from Ruffian Era Records. Nanny, grab me that water right there. Ruffian Era Records. Shout out to you, who sent a very very interesting amount. And let me go ahead and put this in the room. Shout out to Ruffian. Thank you so much, Ruffian. I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the room. And this is in this is a question of something that the brother Mighty Hebrew always focuses on. Let me go ahead and put this in the room here. Shout out to Ruffian. Here you go. Ruffian says, Namaste. Is there any Kemetic info available regarding Kemetic and Vedic civilizations? One moment. Let me tell you where this is. This is supposed to be a debate that me and Mighty Hebrew have been trying to set up for a year now. The longest debate ever to be set up. And he actually put in the question. Shout out to Mighty Hebrew. So let me go ahead and show you where this came from, because a lot of people are claiming these ridiculous claims that the Kemetic civilization actually came from India. I know Mighty Hebrew is saying this. A guy named Judah Naz is saying this. Let me go ahead and show you where this is. Let me get this off the screen. So shout out to you, Ruffian Era. Thank you. So since you mentioned Mighty Hebrew, I'm going to go ahead and go to go directly to what he teaches. If everybody can see the screen, this is what came up. I actually brought this up in the Killer Priest podcast. There were things that I was challenging Mighty Hebrew on, and here's some of the craziness that is being taught by my good brother Mighty Hebrew. As you can see, this is his Facebook. And he says, when I teach antediluvian flood story, it should all make sense now to everyone. Yisrael, follow up my teachings about the Tamil Nadu. So that's an Indian word right there. Tamil Nadu, Lemuria, Lemuria, made up place. Patala, Atala, Atlantis, pre-antediluvian flood, Shemites by way of Shemyaza, 850,000 BC, taught the Tavlatlis diamond power. And it goes on basically to say these people from this Indian area started coming into Kemet. They became the Ruta and all of this stuff. And there's no, to answer the question, there is absolutely no Kemetic record, because I remember the question. Let me go back to it here. Again. Is there any Kemetic info available regarding Kemet and Vedic civilization of India? Peace. Shout outs to the Mighty Hebrew. And the answer is no. Kemetic information comes from Kemet. And I have no records that I've seen of in the Kemetic papyrus where they acknowledge any civilization called the Vedics of India. I've never seen that word in a papyrus. I've never seen it. So shout outs to Mighty Hebrew. But no, if you're going to show Kemetic information, then it has to come from a Kemetic papyrus. Some people have even gone to the point to say that these the Natiru were stolen from India. I've yet to see verification of that. I can't find one Hindu Indian Vedic. Sorry, let's be clear. One Vedic temple mentioning the Natiru prior to the pyramid text. The pyramid text of 2400 BC. I'm waiting to see the Indian Vedic temple that discusses the Natiru, So we can see that that Indian temple with the Nibiru came first, and then they migrated to Kemet and built the pyramid text. But the pyramid text is predating it. So I'm just oh, what are we about here again? Let me go back to the thing. What are we about? We are about ancestral artifacts over religious opinion. So some of the things that these people say, they are religious opinions, and they're not showing any actual artifacts that are dated by whatever dating system you go by. So shout out to you, brother, for that. But no, I've seen no Kemetic information on that. I just hear people talking about it, but not showing anything from firsthand indigenous writings or account. Shout out to brother Myro Perry. Brother Myro Perry. Shout out to you, my brother. This is actually a brother I know from a place called Karas Unity Center up here. It's a center where people can come and discuss different topics and learn about. It's Kemetic image based, but there's different speakers that come through there, popular speakers that come through there. And this is a brother that I know from there, from years ago. Shout out to you, and I'm gonna for that support. Myro Perry. And Myro Perry, here you are. Boom. Shout out to you, Myro Perry. He says $20 for the podcast. Thank you, my good brother. Peace, love, and respect. We have a Dracula backwards. Dracula backwards. We can't have a show without the donation and support of the good brother Dracula backwards. Dracula backwards. I'm going to give you your due respect, as we always do. He has the name that I can never say. I just call him Dracula backwards. I think it's Black's Ulacard. Dracula Black. So thank you, brother, for the $10. Thank you for the support. Let me ask again before I go forward. Wait a minute. I got a question, sorry, from Nick Reed. But I answered this question. I don't know if there's a little mix-up here. Says, okay. That was from Nick Reed about the polar shift, but I answered that already. Shout out to I think this is I Self Lord and Master who wants to get the books. Oh, sorry, wrong thing here. Let me get off of here. No, okay. Wrong thing. Let me. Sorry, everybody. Hold on a second. I'm trying to get this out of here. Okay. Inbox. Okay. I Self Lord and Masterer. I don't know why this. Okay, I'm gonna. There we go. Okay, I Self Lord and Masterer. Give me a moment. Beautiful request, and let me go ahead and send. We have shout out to I Self Lord and Masterer, who is inquiring about the book. So I'm going to go ahead and send the information, and then here it is. Here we go. Boom. I, Self Lord and Master, go ahead and look at your email, and your information is there. Boom. There you go. Okay. Oh, sorry. That I, Self Lord and Master, sent a question. Oh, okay. I'm just being informed that the Cash App that I, Self Lord and Master, actually has a question with it. Let me see. On. I got your question, I, Self Lord and Master. I think I'm going to answer this through the email. I'm going to answer this through the email. Maybe talk to you directly about some things with this information. The question was, do you have information on how a person actually enters the world via birth? But I think she may mean enters the world, the spiritual world, into the physical womb before birth. But I'm going to get some clarification on that before I get into that. So go ahead and send me another email clarifying that. If you're talking about the spiritual world coming into the physical world. Okay, comedic energy. As far as the Ankimat, the comedic energy is Carlos. Okay, let me get to here. I want to interact with some people before I get into the next question here. I'm a 1%er. I don't even know what that's interesting. That's an interesting person. That's interesting. I'm a 1%er. All right. I want to interact with some people here because I have to step away for just a quick second. But I want to know, is there anyone here that has sent a Cash App, a PayPal, or just who wants to come onto the screen to ask something or say something? This is your chance because I have to step away for just a moment, and I would like to interact. I'd like to see some of the faces of the people that are in the room. Okay, shout out to Aurora Borealis, shout out to Ivesquez, shout out to everybody. Let me go ahead in the meantime and look. Shout out to Dejed. That's a nice name. Unc Oma Dejed. Shout out to you. Bless and bless back. Okay. Shout out to you. Welcome to the room, brother or sister. I'm not sure. But Unc Oma Dejed said, what's the topic? There's many topics. In the Tuti Pod class, people send in questions and support through Cash App, PayPal, and whatever question they ask, I do my best to answer, and that actually becomes a topic. Some of the answers go on for 15 minutes, so they actually become classes. So it depends on what was asked prior to you coming in here and what will be asked afterwards. One of the questions as asked is about the helium-3, helium-3, which is which was noted as an extraterrestrial version of helium, or helium that is from off of the planet, as opposed to the regular helium, and how that relates to the younger dryas, period when there was cataclysms that took place around 12,000 years ago, which knocked out the saber-toothed tiger, the mammoth, and also sent certain civilizations underground, just for them to come back up around 5,000, 4,000 BC. And that's why most of our literature and history, as far as archaeologically found in a structured form, usually pops up around 5,000, 4,000 BC because of the Younger Dryas cataclysm. That was one of the last things we were talking about. Also, watch Tahuti versus JJ on Sonetter Studios tomorrow. That is happening tomorrow. Yes, thank you, Sinetia Moon. And I am in the Caribbean, don't have Cash App or able to super chat, but I tuned in, brother. No problem. Thank you. If you have PayPal, you can do that. If not, just stick around and you will see the conversations. What I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to put on a video of the the experiment that was done. Let me see if I can find it. The light experiment that was done. Where they used the Kirlian. Let me see. Put on a video, good video for you all, while I step away for just a moment. And then when I come back, I'll check the Cash Apps again and see. But this video will answer a lot of questions that people have on the topic of light consciousness energy. Here we go. I think we we got it. Okay. Here we go. Let's see where this is in here. Nice.
Also known.
Okay.
Visible energy.
I'm gonna test the vault. I'm gonna test and see if you guys can hear this clearly. So I'm gonna play this and tell me if you all can hear this. Press 1 if you can hear this clearly. Actually, I'm gonna put it on a louder program. I do have to step away for a moment. Let's see.
A visible physical body and invisible energy body, called as energy body or bioplasmic body, which is also known as aura body.
Can everybody hear that? Okay, let me check the room. Everybody can hear that? Okay, good. I'm going to go ahead and put this on while I step away for a moment, everyone. Enjoy the video until I return and continue to support. Hey, wait. What is that? Where did that come from? Very weird. That's interesting. Okay, here we go, everybody. Go ahead and share. And is it on full screen? Let me see if I can put it on. Let me take me out. Stop cam. Put this on a full screen layout. There we go. And here you go, everybody. Enjoy. I'll be back in a few moments.
The human body consists of two parts, a visible physical body and invisible energy body.
One moment, everybody. Okay, good. Here we go. All right.
Called as energy body or bioplasmic body, which is also known as aura body.
I am so stuffy.
Aura is a cloud of bioenergy surrounding the physical body, extending beyond the surface of the skin by 4 to 5 inches in most people. In late 30s, a Russian scientist, Mr. Kirlian, had confirmed by his research that bioenergy field distribution around 10 fingers on both hands provides an efficient way of diagnosing the problems of malfunctions of various organs and systems long before they appear in physical body. Dr. Jaswant Shah, an alternative therapist specialized in curing heart disease, a PhD holder in alternative medicines and world record holder in Limca books, has brought India a Russian technology called as Kirlian photography camera, which takes the photo of energy aura body and identifies the problem 6 to 8 months prior than they appear in physical body.
Human body is made up of 7 chakras: Muladhara, Swadhisthana, Manipur, heart, throat, Agya and Sahasrara. These chakras are connected and govern different organs of our body. These chakras remain in a straight line when the person is healthy, but they get displaced when the person gets disease. When the chakras become displaced, energy of our body gets affected. Like Muladhara chakra is connected to spine. Displacement of this chakra is responsible for backache. And displacement of heart chakra is responsible for diseases of heart, blood, vagus nerve and circulatory systems. Every finger is linked to specific organ of our body. Energy of these chakras are transmitted to fingertips of our body. Using hand reflexology chart and comparing with aura photograph, one can identify the disease.
The process of taking photographs of human fingers using Kirlian camera and diagnosing any disease takes hardly 30 minutes. In first step, every fingertip is taken to the focus lens of camera and the hands are covered with black cloth. After which photography is done using a computer connected to it. Same process is repeated using the filters for all 10 fingers, and then in a software, the aura image of fingers of that particular person is created. That is called GDV diagram. The etheric emanation photograph by Kirlian camera reveal themselves in the form of hairline structures known as aura rings. If the aura rings of fingertips are clean, complete, circular, and of equal thickness, then the man is healthy. But if the ring is broken or swollen, then it indicates unhealthy person. If we study the GDV diagram, peaked or a swollen red line represents the disease which could come into the body in the coming 6 to 8 months, whereas peak or swollen blue lines indicate present diseases. For example, the middle finger, which represents Saturn, is responsible for the heart and lungs, which is connected to the heart chakras. If a person has broken aura rings, one can predict heart disease, high blood pressure, or cholesterol problems 6 to 7 months in advance. He can even take preventive measure accordingly. If the disease is already present, precautionary measures can be taken to prevent exacerbation of the condition. With 21 years of experience in alternative medicines and aura photography, Mr. J.M. Shah has brought India a revolutionary method of diagnosing diseases which is normally visible when it actually enters into the physical body. The Kirlian camera takes the photo of aura of body and helps us to find out the dangerous diseases like heart problem, kidney problems and many others 6 to 8 months before they appear into the physical body, hence making a beautiful and healthy environment around us. Dr. Shah's Kirlian Photography Center, making a healthy world. The human body consists of two parts, a visible physical body and invisible energy body called as energy body or bioplasmic body, which is also known as aura body. Aura is a cloud of bioenergy surrounding the physical body, extending beyond the surface of the skin by 4 to 5 inches in most people. In late 30s, a Russian scientist, Mr. Kirlian, had confirmed by his research that bioenergy field distribution around 10 fingers on both hands provides an efficient way of diagnosing the problems of malfunctions of various organs and systems long before they appear in physical body. Dr. Jaswant Shah, an alternative therapist specialized in curing heart disease, a PhD.
Here we see an 1891 newspaper drawing of Tesla with his body connected to the output of his apparatus. Dr. Strong standing in a 500,000 volt, 500,000 cycle electromagnetic field is photographed in 1917. Kirlian as an art form. This process is capable of transforming this clump of flowers and leaves into a previously unseen world of light and energy. The metal figurine transforms the unseen world graphically displayed by a photographer-artist. The full range of aesthetic potential is explored unimpeded by the rigors of controls and standards that scientists must abide. Kirlian as a science. A Kirlian photo of an elbow changes dramatically after an accidental shock on the elbow. Depending upon the type of apparatus and film used, relaxed individuals' fingertips photograph with an even blue and white corona. The same fingertip photographed during an emotionally aroused state changes to orange. Another individual in an angry state reveals this red blotch. Using a krypton gas-filled bulb as the stage instead of a metal electrode, this fingertip photograph shows an individual focusing on thoughts of warmth and love. This is a photograph of fingertips of two individuals, placed side by side, and asked to imagine a sexual fantasy with each other. Again, the red color of emotional arousal and a blending of their individual coronas. There are numerous studies pointing to the use of this technique to determine interpersonal relationships. This photo of two individuals angry with each other shows a bar that develops between them. Again, using a krypton-filled bulb as a stage, this fingertip photo shows two persons thinking warm thoughts of each other, and a bridge develops between them. The German magazine Esoterra describes an interpersonal study conducted with Kirlian photography. Two individuals in a psychiatrist's office were asked to put their fingers next to each other and take this picture. The top fingertip is the man's, and at the bottom, the woman's. They were asked to return once a week for 3 weeks. A week later, they returned. Their Kirlian photos revealed the man to be very attracted to this woman, but her corona discharge indicated she did not feel an attraction towards him. The second week revealed the man to be extremely persistent, and it looked as if she might be more responsive. The third week shows two bright, happy coronas blending, or as the German caption reads, Verschmelzen, and we are told they are living happily ever after. One of the inexplicable phenomena that a number of experimenters reported is the phantom effect. It now has been repeated by many American investigators as well as investigators around the world. This, I believe, reveals the typical corona discharge of its species. If a portion of the leaf is removed, a typical picture would appear this way. However, what occurs on occasion is a photograph of the portion that was removed. In this experiment, there is a piece of opaque plastic over the cut portion of the leaf, indicating that this phantom cannot be escaping water vapor or gases from uncut portion of the leaf. The image will even go through a barrier, a mystery. The importance of healing to medicine is now becoming recognized. The graduate nurses at New York University attend classes in laying on of the hands healing. Its future in medicine awaits proper documentation by a device which should be able to record objectively this energy believed to be transmitted. The fingertip photograph of a healer at the left and her patient on the right is prior to healing. The shift is dramatic as she turns on her healing energies. This black and white photo shows at the bottom her normal state and projecting healing energy on top. Does this technique reveal energies not measurable by other means? An interstate change will result in a change in the physiological state of the organism and result in various changes of the corona that can be due to changes in skin impedance, chemistry, skin dielectric constant, charge of the skin, and the concentration of free ions on the surface of the skin. Some individual researchers feel that the origin of the corona discharge on the fingertip is the pore of the sweat gland. The sweat response can be created by various stimuli found in the physiological makeup of the anatomy, such as mental, emotional, and/or sensory areas. This diagram of a cross-section of the sweat gland reveals that if we could look at the spectral analysis of the corona discharge, we should be able to get peaks for various chemical elements. This can be registered in changes in terms of sweat gland activity and the mineral content of the sweat. Changes in the physiological state could be expressed through the sweat and the activity of the sweat glands and would affect changes in the corona discharge. Studies in early cancer detection were done at Monmouth College, New Jersey, and confirmed at Polyclinic Hospital, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. This study shows a normal person's fingertip before and after washing of the hands. The corona is almost completely diminished by the action of the washing. A marked difference is shown in the study of the female patient, age 53, with carcinoma of the breast, and shows no change in the corona of the fingertip after washing. This holds great promise in cancer detection. Hopefully, the study will be performed on a larger scale and a greater number of types of cancer. We would like to thank the thousands of scientists and technicians around the world who have helped develop this high-voltage imaging process. Here we see an 1891 newspaper drawing of Tesla with his body connected to the output of his apparatus. Dr. Strong standing in a 500,000 volt, 500,000 cycle electromagnetic field is photographed in 1917. Kirlian as an art form. This process is capable of transforming this clump of flowers and leaves into a previously unseen world of light and energy. The metal figurine transforms the unseen world graphically displayed by a photographer-artist. The full range of aesthetic potential is explored unimpeded by the rigors of controls and standards that scientists must abide. Kirlian as a science. A Kirlian photo of an elbow changes dramatically after an accidental shock on the elbow. Depending upon the type of apparatus and film used, relaxed individuals' fingertips photograph with an even blue and white corona. The same fingertip photographed during an emotionally aroused state changes to orange. Another individual in an angry state reveals this red blotch. Using a krypton gas-filled bulb as the stage instead of a metal electrode, this fingertip photograph shows an individual focusing on thoughts of warmth and love. This is a photograph of fingertips of two individuals, placed side by side, and asked to imagine a sexual fantasy with each other. Again, the red color of emotional arousal and a blending of their individual coronas. There are numerous studies pointing to the use of this technique to determine interpersonal relationships. This photo of two individuals angry with each other shows a bar that develops between them. Again, using a krypton-filled bulb as a stage, this fingertip photo shows two persons thinking warm thoughts of each other and a bridge develops between them. The German magazine, Esoterra, describes an interpersonal study conducted with Kirlian photography. Two individuals in a psychiatrist's office were asked to put their fingers next to each other and take this picture. The top fingertip is the man's, and at the bottom, the woman's. They were asked to return once a week for 3 weeks. A week later, they returned. Their Kirlian photos revealed the man to be very attracted to this woman, but her corona discharge indicated she did not feel an attraction towards him. The second week revealed the man to be extremely persistent, and it looked as if she might be more responsive. The third week shows two bright, happy coronas blending, or as the German caption reads, Verschmelzen, and we are told they are living happily ever after. One of the inexplicable phenomena that a number of experimenters reported is the phantom effect.
Okay.
It now has been repeated by many American investigators as well as investigators around the world. This eye belief reveals the typical corona discharge of its species. If a portion of the leaf is removed, a typical
Okay, greetings and peace, everyone. I am back. I hope you enjoyed that. It's a lot of information, good information, unless you understand that your physical existence is not just based on what you see. It's actually highly controlled and influenced by light energy, which is what you're really created from and what you really are. Okay, this is Ancestral. She would like to say peace to everyone. She is my black snake from Kemet, and her name is Ancestral. She's just coming out to say peace to everyone. My black Kemetic snake that I get energy from. Okay. All right, so let me hope you all enjoy that. If you guys enjoy that, press a 1. That video there. I hope it answered a lot of questions. Something very interesting, the phantom effect, which shows that even if a part of the body or a part of the leaf is cut off, when they do the Kirlian photography, the energy of the shape of the leaf is actually still there for a certain period of time, which shows that your actual existence is the light energy and not the physical leaf. They cut off the part and the light energy was there because that is your energetic bioenergetic template that creates you. Thus you can pass, you can die, your physical body can be gone, and that light energy still exists. This is the information that they are taking away and transforming into religions from our ancient past. And we need to get back into how our ancestors described this ancient knowledge. They transformed it into religion and Jesus and just totally warped it. Let me go back. Okay, I see. Shout out to, okay, the cash apps are coming in. The questions are coming in. And let me, shout out to, we have a live book purchase in the class. Thank you. A live book purchase in the class. Shout out to let's see, this is we have 2 live book purchases in the class. This is there's the person with that name I like, the third eye. Hold on a second. I Self Lord and Masterer, the 1%er. Let me go and give a shout out and show the show that in the room. Thank you for your support, and your book will be coming to you. Let me go ahead and put that up in the room. This is I believe this is I Self Lord and Master, who is sent funds for Melanin, Dark Consciousness, and the Stepping Out of the Matrix book. Peace and shout out to you and respect for that. One moment, let me do something here. Okay. I believe that is I Self Lord and Master, right? Shout out to you and respect for that. And Bear with me. Everything's being manually done here. All right, so oh, there is another book purchase. Let me go to that. There is another book purchase from is this Philip Grant? Oops, sorry, Osset. Hold on. And let me show you guys something. I, Self Lord and Master, are you in the room? Let me come back and look in the room. To I, Self Lord and Master, thank you for purchasing the 2 books. And let me go to the comments and see if you are in the room. I, Self Lord and Master. And are you in the room? Someone else. Shout out to, I think, let me go and see. This is Philip. Wait a minute. I just... one second, having... let me see, reply. Boom. I, Self, Lord and Master. And Philip Grant. I, Self, Lord and Master, see if you got an email from me, if you're in the room. It's telling me address not found. I don't know how that could be when I'm staring at your email. Very strange. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the room. We have I thought I saw another purchase from Philip. Maybe not. One second. I'm getting. Maybe not. Okay, we have Netter Unk El Hotep. Netter Unk Hotep says this is to Ahati Ma'at. That's interesting. What? Let me see if I'm reading this right. It says for gift. This is to Ahati Ma'at. Let me go ahead and show that, and then let's get to the information again. Okay, boom, 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 and banners, brands. Okay, here we go. This is shout outs. Netter, I think he sent Cash App as a gift for Ahati. Let me see. Pod class. Okay, let's do this and then get it back into the info. Let's keep it rolling. Oh, Netter has another one. Okay, shout out to Netter Unk Hotep L. Gift. This is to Ahati Ma'at, please. Okay, shout out to you and Ahati Ma'at. Shout out to you and Ahati Ma'at. Okay, okay, and okay, let me get back to the emails. Is Third Eye? Oh, Third Eye. Third Eye, type in the chat what you're saying thank you for. I see a big thank you from Third Eye. Not Third Eye. I, Self, Lord, and Master. She says, received the books. So you see how that works, class? I want to show you guys live in the class while I'm teaching, while the class is going on, while the video is being played. I come back, someone sends a purchase for the 2 books. By the time I go into the room and talk to the people, the person has received their 2 books. That is the fastest delivery on the planet. So you send the money And if I'm here live and I see it, you don't have to wait hours or whenever the time comes. Literally, you get the book right there while class is going on. So enjoy those books. Third Eye and I. Sorry, I keep saying Third Eye. I and I, Self, Lord, and Masterer. Enjoy those books. Okay. Let me go back and see. I thought. Okay, that's good. Anki Maya, that's fine. I have the question from Carlos from Comedic Energy. It is about. I have the question. I got it. Thank you for your effort in trying to locate the question. I do have it. I do have it. And the brother, there's someone in the room. Faster than Amazon, yes. Price for the books. One book is 15, one book is 10. They come both at $25. And I have Commission saying, not Commission, Commit sent a Cash App? Sent Cash App too. I didn't get it. Okay, let me look. I did not receive that. I don't have any. Oh. Okay. Let me scroll down and see. One moment, please. One moment, everyone. I see it. I see it, Kamit. I see it. Let me see. Give me a moment on that, Kamit. I'm gonna see something, man. One moment. I have it. Yeah. Let me see. Oh, I have the hearts math now. Look at that. Hold on, everyone. I have the hearts math. Okay, everyone. What's that one? What's this under? September 30th. Give me a moment. Let me see. So much information. Shout out to everybody that just came in the room. Peace and love, respect to all. Let me see here. Where is my mind section? Shout out to everyone in the room. Okay. Okay, let me go ahead and say and find the question here. It's Kamit 101. I see it now. And let me see something here. Okay, let me go ahead and put it up. And the question is, where did it go? Here it is. Okay, I'm going to put it up here. And the question is, let me save this. Put it up on the screen. Let's go. Come on. 11, we'll go for 12. Okay. Like I said, everybody, I have no idea these questions are coming in. It's a wide range of things. This one is, what's this here? This one is, there it is. Commit 101. Pain. Okay, this is, can Alzheimer's be reversed? Interesting. Memory, memory loss and memory damage, such as Alzheimer's, dementia, can be helped. And I'll tell you this, that first off, let me go into let me show you something about the brain. Let me see something here. So much going on here. Let's see. Fractals. Cut this off. Where's the brain? I want to show you all something. Okay, so there's a study done that actually shows that the watching of television actually removes memory and causes Alzheimer's, speeds up Alzheimer's, or if you have any memory issues, it speeds it up. Of course, this is done purposely, and we have to understand how the memory works. We're actually going to go over how the memory works so that you can do some things to understand what can be done to stop things like Alzheimer's, which does not have to happen. There's not many ancient records of people saying they have memory losses. As a matter of fact, Ptah-hotep, the author of the first book of Ma'at, started writing at 110 years old. Usually by that time, that is around the time where actually people aren't even alive at that time. Usually around 70 years or so, people start getting the Alzheimer's, dementia, and things like that. Let's go over some things with the brain, and then I'll talk about some things that can be done. Hold on, Aset is traveling around up on the mic right there. Okay, let me go ahead and do a screen share to one of my unreleased books again. And okay. So right here, we're going to look at conditioning, programming, part of the brain. There's a part of the brain that can be conditioned, programmed to remember or forget. Memories aren't stored in just one part of the brain. Different types are stored across different interconnected brain regions. For example, memories, which are about events that happen to you, right? Episodic, as well as general facts, information, are semantic. Okay, semantic is facts and information. People don't know what the word semantic means, so they always say, stop playing semantics. And you can't really, nobody even knows what the word means when they say that. Semantic is literally facts and information and the meaning of words. There's parts of the brain that deal specifically with semantic. There are three important areas of the brain: the hippocampus, the neocortex, and the amygdala. Implicit memories, such as motor memories, rely on basal ganglia. Cerebellum, short-term working memory, relies mostly heavily on prefrontal cortex. Attaches emotional significance to memories. This is important because strong emotional memories, those associated with shame, joy, love, grief, are difficult to forget. Permanence of these memories suggests that interactions between the amygdala, hippocampus, neocortex are crucial in determining stability of memory, that is, how effectively one retains over time. Okay? So we look at this and we look at the hippocampus area. Hippocampus located in the brain's temporal lobe is where episodic memories are formed and indexed for later access. Episodic memories are the autobiographical memories of specific events in our lives, like the coffee we had with a friend last week. In higher mammals, for its wrinkly appearance, in humans, the neocortex. The neocortex is the largest part of the cerebral cortex, the sheet of neural tissue that forms the outside surface of the brain. Distinctive in higher mammals for its wrinkly appearance, in humans, the neocortex is involved in higher functions such as sensory perception, general motor commands, spatial reasoning, and language. Over time, information from certain memories that are temporarily stored in the hippocampus can be transferred to the neocortex as general knowledge. Things like knowledge of coffee provides a pick-me-up. Researchers think that the transfer of hippocampus and the neocortex happens as we sleep. Okay, now here is during the emotional experience, your brain forms two types of memories. This is very important because this is how they use brain memory and brain forgetfulness to actually control you through religion. Conscious memory of experience, all the facts of the event. 2. Non-conscious memories connects the pain of the event with the stimulant neural connectivity. When you see the area of trauma or happiness, your brain reactivates the consciousness and the amygdala. During that memory, the amygdala then releases hormones and chemicals and arousal compounds in memory. Each time it gets stronger. Okay, now here is this is also for Naisha Champ, who was asking about the DNA. I'm going to throw this in, then we're going to get to what can actually help the Alzheimer's and dementia, things that are practical that you can do in your daily life. So this is the Hearts Math Institute that I was discussing, and the power of intention. Thoughts, emotion goes beyond theory, and the Hearts Math Institute. In a study, researchers have tested this idea and proven its veracity. Hearts Math researchers have gone so far as to show that physical aspects of DNA strands can be influenced by human intention. The article Modulation of DNA Conformation and Heart Focus Intention by McCarthy Atkinson in 2003 describes the experiments achieved as such. For example, the individual holding 3, and this is what I was talking about earlier, 3 DNA samples was directed to generate heart coherence, a benefit state of mental, emotional, physical balance and harmony. With the aid of Hearts Math techniques that utilize heart breathing and intentional positive emotions, the individual succeeded as instructed to intentionally and simultaneously unwind 2 of the DNA samples to different extents and leave the third unchanged. Okay. All right. Understanding that, we can understand that it is actually the control of these aspects of the brain that is taking place with our surroundings being controlled by the MK Ultra, the mind control, the influence of the radio. There's so much mind control going out there, and plus the foods such as sugar. This actually was causing the dementia. Let me get this off the screen. Sorry, I got this on the screen here. Let me get this off. Okay. This was causing the dementia and the Alzheimer's and forgetfulness, along with watching TV. What you can do to help the situation is you can start eating foods. I am not a doctor. I am not giving medical advice. I'm just giving things that can actually help the brain re-stimulate its memory and strengthen your already existing memory, such as reishi mushroom. Reishi mushroom is very good for memory and can help slow down and prevent things like dementia if you're living healthy. Okay. Other things such as berries, spinach, kale, it's really about a healthy diet, because they're rich in vitamin K. It helps boost brain function and helps with antioxidant. Most of the times, we are our cells, our brain, our immune system is so clogged, our cholesterol is so clogged, that is actually what's causing the brain and the body not to function, because we're eating more than we are digesting. And what happens is when you eat foods before you can digest them, most of the time the foods start to decay in the body, and then by the time you get to digesting them a week later, you're starting to digest toxic food that's actually decaying in the body, which can affect memory loss and overall bad health. You don't you don't want this. You want to be healthy. So there's a lot of brain foods that can help these situations and help your brain get stronger. Blueberries are good. Strawberries are good. These are good foods that you can eat. There's also certain types of meats that you can eat. I know a lot of people when speaking about being healthy in this day and time, a lot of people try to avoid meats, but in actuality, there are meats that are extremely healthy, especially fish. Another good thing for the brain, because the brain is based off of fluids and fats, is getting in a good amount of omega-3. Nanny, can you pass me the let me see the omega-3? I take omega-3 on a daily. I take more than the average person. I actually take it through walnuts. Walnuts are very good for the brain function, memory, and also fatty fishes. Fatty fishes such as mackerel, fatty fishes such as salmon. These are high in omega-3s. If you find yourself in a situation where you don't want to consume that for the brain, because for whichever reasons you choose to be a vegetarian, then you can take fish oils. I may have tossed it. I may have tossed it. Yeah, so healthy fatty nuts are good. Walnuts are about the best, and macadamia nuts. But walnuts are the greatest in the omegas as far as nuts are concerned. And these are all things that can help with memory and help you with dementia or Alzheimer's. These are things that contain healthy fats. Okay, thank you, Nanny. Avocado. And these are all things that are in our diet over here. Sweet potato. These are things that I eat on a regular basis, that me and the goddesses eat when I design my diets, my diet plans for my goddesses and children. They're heavily saturated in foods that are great for the brain. I'm gonna go ahead and I don't know if you guys can see this. I'm gonna hold this up. I take. Oh, look, it's see-through because of the green screen. Okay, so this is 2,800 milligrams of fish oil, and I take this on a regular basis. It helps with brain function, memory, and it can help with potential Alzheimer's. Stay away from the TV. Stay away from the television. Stay away from watching idle shows. Fill your brain with things that are helpful, educational, and things that challenge the brain, and that can also help you prevent the Alzheimer's, the dementia, because our ancient people just didn't have these things in any kind of abundance. Like, there was no mental health hospitals in Kemet where you took your grandmother to the mental health psychiatrist, and there's no records of these things. These things all happen because of the situation we are in. Boom, there's your answer to that. Thank you, my brother, for the support, Kamit, and I hope that helped you put those into into daily function, and it will help prevent any future memory problem that you may run into in the future. Okay, so we have Netter Unk again sends also, I hope that helped you. I'm not looking at the screen right now in the comments, but I hope that helped you, Kamit. But we have Netter Unk again with the consistent support, and this time he's supporting. Was it Netter Unk that sent money for a Hati also? So he's sending money for a Hati, me, the snakes. Let's go ahead and show this in the room. Let me see here. A lot of information going on today. This is a great pod class. I appreciate the questions, and this is how I keep my brain sharp. I put myself in a situation where I'm in front of over 100 people and people in the chat, and I let people blast me with questions, and that keeps my brain sharp. Let's go ahead and show Netter, who sent money for the snake and spider food. I believe that's what it says. Let's see. Shout out to Netter, who says for snake and spider food. Thank you, my brother. Thank you for that. Snake and spider food. That is great. That is great there. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Hati Ma'at and everybody who's supporting the pod class. For those who just came in the room, let me update you again on the latest announcement. The latest announcement for those who just came in, the brother in the Caribbean may not have seen or heard, but let me go ahead and show on the screen. This is the latest happening tomorrow. I want everyone to join in. And it's simple. You just go to Sonetter TV at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 o'clock Pacific time, and you will see this happen, which is JJ7000, the people's champ as he calls himself, takes on Tahuti, the Kemetic philosopher, which Sonetter calls me. This is happening at 7 p.m. Eastern, Saturday, tomorrow. And the topic is, everybody note the topic. This is an unwinnable topic for brother JJ. Was the Septuagint put together by the Ptolemies or the Hebrews? His claim is that the Septuagint was actually put together by a group of Hebrews. I don't know where in history he received that from, but good luck on that, and we will see how that turns out. That is happening tomorrow. Everyone tune in to that. Okay, wonderful. Thank you again for the support. And let me see. Oh, thank you. Yeah, they spelled it Tahuti. That's how they say it. Yeah, they did put a T-A. Thank you. Who said that? That was Kamit 101. Yeah, they put Tahuti because I don't know. So I guess that's Sonetter actually says my name like that, even when I call him Tahuti. But it's all good because Tahuti is all actually the same, because actually in the writing of the word there's actually no vowel. You can insert whichever vowel sound in there, because in the word there is no actual vowel in that Kemetic word. It's actually just a T and a TH and a T. Yeah, it should be Sonetter Studios. Okay, wonderful. Let me go back to the. Let me get some water. Hold on a second, everyone. Oh, Isis is on the mic. Oh my gosh. Oh, I got it. Yeah. Isis is on the mic. Let's see if they can see her in the put the thing on her. Oh, there she is. Isis is on the mic. There she is. On the mic. Nice. Okay. Let me go ahead and drink some water. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and check these. See if there's any that I miss. Come on, everybody. I don't see any more Cash App or PayPal questions. Let me go down and listen, see if there's anybody I missed. And Steve never popped up in the room, did he? Okay, everybody. Show your supports. Send your Cash Apps in or PayPals before we close it out. I have time to answer maybe one more. And thank you for Nani Aset Mur who put check tomorrow's debate 4 p.m. 4 p.m. PST, 7 p.m. Eastern, YouTube, Sonnetter Studios. Yes, you'll see it. You will see it on Sonnetter Studios. Okay. Shout out again to the moderators. Unki and Ma'at, Nani Aset, and I gotta and Sinetia Moon. I'm just seeing if everybody can see it. Yeah, Sinetia Moon. So Nani Aset, Sinetia Moon. You guys can see it now. And Unki Ma'at. These are the moderators. Shout out to a stranger for coming up with the name. They are not just the moderators. They are the moderators. The moderators. Okay. Yes, the moderators. Let me go through and check. Let me go through and check. To the podcast, 117 people in the room. Spread this room, everybody. Let everybody see it. Share it. Like and subscribe when it drops. The views are getting higher and higher, which is good because it means more information is coming out. Okay. Let me check the email. Okay. And let me get back to the room. Shout out to everybody in the room. Let me see something. I didn't get me the Legends of the Gods. Okay, I see. Netter the Greatest. He's having something in the room. Okay, but and I know he's given several. So I know he gave one for this is one of his questions. That's right, one of his questions that he asked from I think 2 classes ago, and I couldn't get to it. Great question. Great question. One moment. I'm getting one of my Kemetic books. Thank you. Okay. Oh, so much going on. Okay. And let me go ahead and I think I'm gonna go ahead and briefly I'm gonna answer some of this question here because his brother did ask it a while ago. So let me see if I can pull up. I have the book with me with the papyrus translation, and I'm gonna see if I can pull it up in the room. Um, let's see. This is with full metanator. With full metanator, the C. Okay. My flashlight. Let me see. This book is. Okay, so let me go ahead and put the question up in the room. And wow, this book has been through a lot. Is this even a book anymore? Hold on. Oh my goodness. This is okay. Let me go ahead and put the question up in the room. Okay. Did man evolve from a single cell organism, or did the Nitiru create us? Wonderful question. Wonderful question. Here's what's left of my translations of the creation story and other stories in there. Okay. Give me one moment, everyone. Again, we have Sanetia Moon saying to purchase the books, email to Hootie at Mystical Television. Let me go ahead and put the actual email up there. Thank you, Sanetia Moon. There's the actual email. Mystical Television, one word, at gmail.com. Thank you very much. Give me one moment. Let me get back to Netta the Great. Okay, boom. I'll be back in just a moment. Let me so much going on here. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be back in just a moment. In a couple of in about 40 seconds or so. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. Let's see. Oh boy. Okay. Okay, everybody, I am back. Greetings. I'm just getting resituated. Oh yeah. Okay. 140 people in the room. Wonderful. Whew. Okay. I am back. Peace and love, everyone. I'm back in the room. And here we go. If you can go grab this book, you may be able to get it in Amazon. This is the Legends of the Gods, which has the stories of creation, the stories of the battles of Heru-Bahuted. It has the stories of the Netiru in them and how they received their names and several things in here. I'm going to flip through. I'm also going to show on the screen as I go through this. Where's my Creation A? My book is in shambles. Creation A. Next. Okay. Wow. Okay. All right. So the question comes up. Did we derive from a single-celled organism, or did the Netiru create us? And this is where it gets interesting here, because there seems to be a battle between science, atheists, and religious people trying to explain things, when in actuality, in Kemet, the wise man who was the spiritual teacher was also had the same title as the doctor and the scientist. He was called a Rex, an RX, and we did not divide our knowledge from spiritual teachings to the we can't even call them non-spiritual, because in Kemet there was no non-spiritual, but spiritual teachings to the physical scientific teachings. So let me go ahead and see something here. Okay, let me see what page I found. Oh, look at this. This is so old. Okay, that's this page. Okay, let me see if I can match what I have with what's on the screen here. Okay, page 7. Yeah, let's go to page 7 on my book in the screen. Let's see. So this is coming out of Creation Story A. And what's good about this book here, let me expand it, is that it has Metanetter and on one page and English on another, which is great. Let me see if I can match the pages here. Okay. All right, I think I got it. I think I have the match pages. Okay. Okay. I can't be in the problem times. Creation B. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and screen share. So this is coming from Legends of the Gods, and I'm just going to go over something a little brief, but just to spark the mind, so you see how these creation stories do go into science. Where's my screen share? There it is. Okay, here we go, everybody. Let's take a little ride. Like I said, for the new people in the room, you can go ahead and send questions in. I have no idea what's going to be asked to me. I'm not prepared in any way, pre-prepared. It's just I've been teaching so long that maybe the questions that people asked 15 years ago are being asked again. I just remember the answers. Okay, here we go. So we're going to go to... Okay, so the question is, did man evolve from a single-cell organism, or did the Natiru create us? Here we are in Creation Story B in Legends of the Gods. Okay. Oh, my book is tearing apart to pieces. So, okay, the Book of Noah. Actually, it's one above it. It's up here. Okay, so here it is. So we'll take this section here. Oh, that's the metanator there. Okay, so I'll just start from up here. Okay, it ruled throughout all the earth, which is talking about the sun. When there fell on them their moment, through plant-like clouds, I restore what had been taken away from them. I want to just analyze this section right here. Okay, so it fell on them their moment. Something happened on the earth where something fell. Something came from a higher level, and it affected the earth and fell in their moment, which is their time period. Through plant-like clouds, I restored what had been taken away from them. I appeared from out of plant-like clouds. I created creeping things of every kind. What's happening here is you have an explanation, which is actually explaining what scientists are actually explaining, how the earth came into existence through the microcelled organism, unimicrocelled organism. So there was an article that came out in the New Scientific Magazine. I think this was December 12th, 1998, and it talks about life coming out of plant-like clouds. And clouds, which are, which if you look into outer space and you look at nebulas and you look at the clouds that are in outer space, they do look like clouds. They're different from the clouds that are here, but they do look like plant-like clouds. And what's actually happening is when the meteorites pass through these clouds, they pick up what's called lipids. And when they pick up lipids, which are one of your smallest aspects of fatty acids, and they hit the ground and they hit the earth, these lipids are actually what start to evolve into some of your earliest forms of life. But when these meteorites hit the planets, life was destroyed. There was several meteorite events. One of them I talked about earlier, which was the Younger Dryas period, and that was around 12,900 years ago, 12,800 years ago. Then there was one 60,000 years ago, and then there was one 60 million years ago. When these asteroids and meteorites hit the planet, they destroy life, and they also bring life from outside of the planet that start to develop on the planet over millions of years. So the Natiru, when my understanding and my teaching of the Natiru is that all of us, each and every one of us here, when taken to a certain mental height, can actually speak through nature, or have nature speak through us, which means in the mental plane and in consciousness, all information is stored, and you can become a part of this frequency and then have the frequency speak through you because you can experience it. I know this is a hard thing to comprehend, but there actually is no separation amongst life form consciousness. So that means that the same electromagnetic grid that is flowing over the whole earth holds the information. You tap into it and you can actually receive information of things that took place that the earth experienced millions of years ago. Our ancestors used to do this on a regular basis, and this is how the gods, which were us, we were the gods, we were the Nitiru, could actually speak on aspects of creation through our consciousness to people that are in front of us. In other words, consciousness and information can pass in a timeless fashion or a timeless manner. And maybe we can get into that whole class, what they call the Akasha, next class. But I just want everybody to understand that the Kemetic papyrus is actually explaining how things are created scientifically, which is why when the papyrus is explaining creation, it starts off as a primordial soup or primitive primordial waters, which is exactly what scientists today are saying, that all life comes out of that millions of years ago there was this primordial type liquid soup and life started evolving out of that. The Nitiru consciousness was there because I try to explain to people that they say, well, did the Nitiru create us? What are the Nitiru? Supreme entities and beings, which we can be, that can tap into a level of consciousness that can get timeless information and become a part of the same vibration of aspects of nature. So because they're part of the same vibration of, let's say, fire, then they can tell a story of everything that fire has been through on this planet. I know that's hard to comprehend, but water itself holds consciousness. That was elaborated in experiments by Dr. Emoto, that you can actually transfer your consciousness. They did it in an area in Asia called Lake Bawa, where they translated the consciousness of around 200 people into water, and the water and the people's mind joined consciousness, and the water actually purified itself due to the love thoughts and the changing of molecules when the people and the water became one. So when you become one with the light energy of any aspect of nature, you can tell its history. You can speak its history because its information is in there. Every single thing that a tree went through and experienced is inside of that tree and the Kirlian light. And if you can tap into that light, you can now explain the squirrels that were on that tree 50 years ago, the people that made love beside the tree, the grasshoppers that jumped on the tree. The tree has the information of everything that it went through. It sounds bizarre in this day and time, but it is literally how our ancestors would communicate information that took place thousands of years before. So to answer the question just briefly, because we can get into more of it, the answer is both. The conscious energy that created us was spoken through the Nitiru, and the Nitiru did not see themselves as anything separate through this conscious energy, so thus the Nitiru energy can also claim a part of that creation, because as they're speaking, they don't see themselves as any separate from the energy that actually did the creation. There was no difference between it. The energy exists whether the Nitiru dies, whether you die. That information is accessible. The government is working on these experiments right now where they can tap into events that have taken place. Ingo Swann does it, and they can basically tell past, present, and future events because it's all stored in the mental field. So, for example, if you can tap into the consciousness of your grandmother or someone or something from the past, and your grandmother rides you or connects with you and starts to speak through you, at the time that your grandmother is speaking through you, let me close this up for now. At the time that your grandmother is speaking through you, you are your grandmother. You are the consciousness that's speaking through you. So someone may say, well, what did you do when you were, and this is the reincarnation concept. What did you do when you were 5 years old as your grandmother? And your grandmother is speaking through you. And thus, at that exact moment that that's happening, there's no separation between you and your grandmother. All the information that's coming through your mouth is her memories. And consciousness can be shifted from person to person, as experimented with Ingo Swann. It doesn't die when the person dies. So thus you can go back and back thousands, hundreds of thousands of years, and you can tell stories from things that the earth experienced, water experienced. And as those stories are coming through you, at that moment, you are the water, you are the fire, you are that. You're the God Ra, you're Tefnut, there was no separation. Hard to comprehend in today's poisonous, toxic understanding, but this is being done all throughout in the motherland, as they call it, every culture actually. There is no ancient culture that didn't deal with tapping into the ancestors and having the ancestors speak through you. And at the time the ancestors are speaking through you, you are them. So if somebody says, "Let me talk to your mother through you," the one talking is your mother, but it's your body being used as a puppet. Oh, come on, Aset. What? Your body being utilized. So that is the Natiru consciousness. Maybe in the next class, if I can begin the class with this, I can actually walk through the creation story and show the evolution, show that there actually is no word. There's no word in the Metanetter for creation. The Christians made that concept up. Nothing is created. The word in the Metanetter is kepara, or kam. Kam, that they translate to as create, really means to dig down to the root of something. And kepara means evolve. The Kemetines were the original evolutionists. They acknowledged that things evolved. Nothing can be created because nothing stays in the form that it's in. When you say the word created, it gives the implication that the thing is finished. So no, it's not finished because it's still evolving. It's still transforming. You're evolving. Everything is still being made as the world is going on, as the universe is going on. So there's no Kemetic word for creation. So when they say in the Bible, in the beginning God created the heavens and the earth, that is impossible. You can't create something that's still evolving. There are creatures that exist now that didn't exist back then. There's creatures that existed back then that don't exist right now. Everything is still in the process. But the Bible does say something very interesting. It says, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth had become waste and void and formless. Usually people don't talk about that part, but that part is describing how something happened to the planet where it started changing its form. It became wasted. Those were the meteorites that hit the planet, and that story escaped and got logged into the Genesis story. But it said the earth had become waste and void. What happened to the earth to make it become waste and void? In here, it explains it. We'll get into it maybe next class in more thorough detail when I can walk you through the creation story sentence by sentence and show the scientific correlation. So the answer is both, my brother. Created by the Natiru, and we evolved, and we're still evolving right now. It's still going on. So there's the answer to that. We'll get into more next time. Peace and love to the brother who asked that question. That was Netter Ankh L, the greatest. He has two names in here. The greatest Netter the greatest. Netter the greatest. Wonderful, wonderful, awesome, everybody. I'm going to check my email one more time, and then I will close. Oh, we have Okay. This is a stranger. Strangers in the room. We have one last donation from the creator of the moderators, the one and only, himself in the flesh, the creator of the term moderators. Let me put him in the room. And he is Stranger. Let me see if he's in the room. There he is. I see him in the room. Let me go ahead and throw his support up there. This is the brother that created the term moderators that will be used forever and ever. Hundreds of years from now, people will be using this term throughout. Conscious people will be using this term throughout YouTube. And I want everybody to know that it was created here on the Tahuti podcast by this brother right here, whose name is Stranger. Stranger, peace. And he just says, Tahuti, great work tonight to the moderators. And thank you, brother. Thank you for your support consistently. And for creating the term moderators. Okay. So to Anki Ma'at, I got your email. I got your email. And her question will be answered Sunday, as I said earlier. Sunday. Okay, that will be answered on Sunday when I speak to her directly. Thank you for checking in on the sister's question. But yes, Sunday that will be answered. Okay, let me give a the snake is going on the camera. Come here, Osset. She's on the camera. Now she's on the mic. Okay. All right, let me give a shout out to everybody. Oh, here's a brother. Here's somebody I used to see, I believe, in the Killer Priest show, Neil deGrasse Titan. Okay, everybody. We got Sinetia Moon saying please with a what's that thing you speak out of, that a bullhorn. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Yes, do that. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. We're going to give a couple shout outs and then we are going to close the class. Let me put ask questions, seek ma'at, and support. Even if you're watching this afterwards, please send support. This is what I do for a living. It's very challenging and difficult, but I love it. I love talking and teaching with the people. I do like debating and I do like all of that comes with it. I like keeping my mind sharp. I want to be a 75-year-old man who's still doing this and answering questions and breaking people out of the matrix and keeping my memory going sharp. And there's no need to lose the memory. So okay, so everybody, wait a minute, I got the wrong banner up. Everybody, that is my email. That is the PayPal and the Cash App information. And let me give a shout out to everybody before we close up. I'll check the email one last time. I see nothing's in there. So I've been on here for 3 hours teaching, breaking things down, talking. So, thank you. Who's that? Thank you, Stranger. Good luck on tomorrow's debate. Yes. And Sinetia Moon says, yay. And Master K says, peace. And Nanny Asset Mur says, great class. Thank you. Thank you for that. We're going to give a couple of shout outs and then we're going to close out, everybody. Shout out to To the moderators, of course. I'll put them back on the screen one last time. This, the moderators. Shout out to the moderators. Where are they? Moderators. Okay, we got okay, ancestral facts over religious opinion. The sister says support, and I have so much on the screen I'm looking for. Wow, there's so much going on here. Here they are. The moderators, there they are. We have, hold on, let me get this off the screen. Something covering Sinet's name. Boom. Okay. We have Anki M. Mayat. Okay, here it is. Good. We have Anki M. Mayat. We have Nani Aset Mur. We have Sineti Amun. Thank you all for your help. All of these beautiful sister moderators are helping out, and Ahati Ma'at helping out as well. I can't make him a moderator officially, but he's an unofficial moderator. Let me give a couple shout outs and then we will close up. Shout out to Deadbeat Void. Shout out to Roberto Reyes, always supporting. Shout out to Jody. Good class held with class. I like that. Thank you, Jody. Shout out to AI Vasquez, Master K, Neil deGrasse Titan, Stranger, of course. Everybody in the room. Netter the Greatest, of course. We need 6 hours of teaching, man. Woo. We got shout out to you, Tahuti, for another classic. G Haru, shout out to you. I didn't even see you in the room until now. Shout out to you. F you, Bill Gates. Such a funny name. We have Amun Ku Naturu. Shout out to you. Shout out to everybody in the room. Steve, if you're out there, shout out to you. I'll try to get to your question, but I think the next podcast I'm just going to start with answering that question, whether he's here or not, because I saw him and then I didn't see him. Shout out to everybody. Shannon. Shannon's always here. Evolution is such a wide topic. Yes, it's huge because it literally covers the entire universe. Everything evolves from a single cellular organism to a star. So evolution is literally the topic of the entire universe. This too much, I feel like I've been speak to right now. I don't know. Shout out to everybody. Kamit. Everybody in the room. Peace and love. Peace and love to everybody watching out there. Voltage controller with the beats. He says peace, everybody. We got a lot of people in the room. Everybody tune in. Nani Aset says Sinetta Studio. Yes, 4 and 7 p.m. Aset is escaping. Let me get her. Shout out Matt Robert Reyes. Hold on, Aset is escaping. Hold on, come here. Aset, it's okay. Okay, how about you go? Aset says peace all the way from Kemet. All the way from Kemet. Okay, let me clear the screen up a little bit. Okay, boom. That's that. Brand moderators. Clear that up a little bit. And we'll go back to the Tahuti up here. Tomorrow's going to be this. It's going to be snake style. Look up on the top right here. And it's going to be snake style. I debate with a snake style. Okay, and you're going to see what that means tomorrow on the Sonnetter show when I talk to JJ. He's going to receive the snake bite and not even know it. Okay, shout out to everyone again. Peace and love to everybody, all those who supported, who continue to support. Shout out Osset from Kemet, the Great Black. Where are you? There you are. Do. Osset from Kemet, the Great Black. There you are. Boom. All right. And yes, Netter L, I'm going to get some mice and some crickets for the spiders and the snakes. Thank you for that support. Okay, everybody. I think that is everything. We had a good pod class here. I'm glad everybody enjoyed it. Tune in tomorrow. I'll show it one more time. Tune in tomorrow. Oh, where is it? Tune in tomorrow for this. This is tomorrow. Tomorrow is this. Boom. Tune in tomorrow. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun, educational, and funny. Fun, educational, and funny. It'll be very interesting to watch this demonstration that will be performed on the brother JJ. At his expense, you all will learn. Okay. Let me get back to the room. Check the last comments. Okay, we got Sinetia Moon showing the spider and the hat. Thank you. JJ7000 FTW. I don't even know what that. We got Nikon saying shalom, much love to us all. And shalom and peace to you. Peace, everyone. Peace to you and your family. Netter the greatest. Peace to everybody in the room. Peace to Nani Aset Merv, says very educational and entertaining. Yes. JJ is going to be yelling the whole time. Who said that? I think Raphael. Raphael Gary. Okay. And Bill Gates says he's trolling. Okay, I troll. Shout out to everybody. Peace and love. I'm glad you all enjoyed the pod class. It will be posted as soon as it drops. As soon as this drops, go there, like, subscribe, share it, let other people know about it. Peace to Anki Maya. Peace to Sinetia Moon. Peace to Nani Aset Mer. Peace to everybody in the room. Love you all. I'll end off again with the affirmation. Anki Ma'at Un MS Nin Tet Aset and Mayat Min Habapet and Mayat Her and Hu Kiui Per E Kut. I live from Mayat. I exist within her. I do not speak in the place of Ma'at. Every day advance towards Ma'at. My being is surrounded in darkness. I come forth as conscious light. Peace and love, everyone. Support with the Cash App, the PayPal. That is the email if you want to send me a question. If you want to find me on Facebook, it is Tahuti. Just type in Tahuti Brown and it'll automatically come up. And on that note, shout out DHNJ. Shout out Nanny says two apiece. Shout out to everybody. And Sinetia Moon says thank you everyone for the support. And there she is, Andrea Wasson, who always sends support. Much peace and love for your support, everyone. Okay, I'm going to put this up one last time. And boom. And boom. And we're going to take her out. And it's a Tahuti pod class, snake style. There we go. All right, everybody. Peace and love. We're about to close out. Love everyone who supports. Love everyone who is learning. Everyone who is growing, I say peace and love to all of you. And you all enjoy your weekend and enjoy tomorrow, which is going to be fun. What's that? Let me check my emails. Okay, and we have before we close out, here's a good closeout right here. Right before we close out, we got brother Philip. What did he do? Let's see. Brother Philip, right before the class has ended, he has purchased, let's see. He has purchased a book, it looks like. Let me see something here. One moment. What a good way to end the class. We end the class with a book sale. Philip, are you in the room, my brother? Is Philip in the room? I just got sent this Cash App, and I want to know if Philip is in the room. He sent a Cash App for Melanin Dark Consciousness. Philip, are you in the room? Maybe he's in the room under another name. I don't know. Let me get to the room so I can see everybody. Okay, let me go ahead and show you. Let me go ahead and show you in the room. Philip, thank you for your support. Thank you for your support. We are winding down, and I do want to end off by showing that the good brother actually picked up a book right at the end. And let me see here. I have to do this all manually here. Wow. Oh, February 18th class. Okay, is this you, Philip? I think so. And Philip, for the purchase of Melanin Dark Consciousness, he says, for Melanin Dark Consciousness PDF, he sent $10. Thank you, Philip. Are you in the room? Let me check one last time. Is Philip in the room? Okay. I just want everybody to know that Philip has already received his book. So that's how fast it is. He sent the money for the book. He has his book already, and I don't even think he knows it. So, and did anyone else? Okay, peace out to it says private. Okay. Oh, shout out to DHNJ. I think he doesn't want me to put the name, so I'll just do shout out to DHNJ for the very last donation of the night. The very last donation of the night, he sent $10. Thank you, my brother, very much. I'll put that up on the screen. And there you go. I did not show the name. I'm assuming that's what private means. So there is oh, come here, Set. The heck? Okay. Thank you, DH. And peace and love. Oh, Danny Divine. Is that Selena's? I think this is Danny Salinas. Shout out to Danny Salinas, Ahati Ma'at. Shout out to you, peace and love. Thank you all for coming to the Tahuti Pod class. We filled it up to over 120 people. Ankimat un ms ni teraset and mayat min hepapet and mayat her and hukiui per ikud. I live from mayat. I exist within her. I do not speak in the place of mat. Every day I advance towards mat. My being is surrounded in darkness. I come forth as conscious light. And on that note, we are, let me put up this. Make sure this is here. On that note, Tutti Pod class, we are What does Killer Priest say about to land the plane? Where I'm about to land in my bed. Peace and love to everyone. Thank you for coming to the Tahuti Pod class. We are out of here. Peace and love. And see you tomorrow on Sonetter TV at 7 p.m. Eastern. Peace.